West,
Cayo Hueso,
Key West,
Cayo Hueso,
Key West,
Cayo Hueso,
Key West,
Cayo Hueso.
Key
Well, if you haven't deduced it by now, we are once again going to the Florida Keys, this time all the way down to the lower Keys, and of course, Key West.
I'm riding with my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV, yeah.
This video is sponsored by Rat Power Bikes. Greetings from the warm blue waters of the Florida Keys. This here is the Indian Key Fill, a couple of man-made islands just past Islamorada, part of the overseas highway. And yes, I got a new drone. Unbelievable colors on that water. The small island is Indian Key, which was actually inhabited at one point, even the county seat of Dade County, back in 1836. Nowadays it is a ghost town, and I can't wait to visit it one of these days. Explore the ruins, either by kayak or a boat. And yes, the new drone is magnificent. I got the new DJI Mavic, so I look forward to sharing some great aerial footage with you.
There is a huge iguana.
This time I put the GoPro on the side of the rig. There's the infamous Fiesta Key, Layton, and we are now in Marathon, Jolly Roger RV Resort, the Dolphin Research Center, Marathon Airport, the famous Total Hospital, and here's Knight's Key, and the 7 Mile Bridge, and historic Pigeon Key right there. Coming up next is Sunshine Key RV Resort, one of the largest ones down here, impeccably located here at the beginning of the lower Keys. I've never actually been there, but it is on the list. There's a Bahia Honda, an other bucket list place to visit with the iconic old railroad bridge. It is starting to look like the lower keys. I am so excited. There's boondocks, we're going this time for sure. And here we are, once again, the southernmost KOA. We were here before, a little over a year ago, still during the high season. Let's go find our site.
Well, we've made it to Sugarloaf. This place seems to be in renovations. The table is brand new. Check it out. The sewer connections are brand new too. And our neighbor is barbecuing.
Yeah, this is paradise. And there's a feather in the sky.
That's a weird cloud. Yeah, we're at the southernmost KOA, and now we're going to eat at this place called, it's just across the street. It's called, what's it called? Mangrove Mamas. It used to be a train station when there was the railroad that went to Key West. So that's where we're going. We're gonna miss the sunset. I didn't know gallos could fly that high.
There's the tethered zeppelin, and the locals call it Fat Albert.
Do you know where we're going? We're going there.
We are risking our lives here, crossing US 1.
Mangrove Mamas.
We sit at the outdoor patio here at the Mangrove Mamas.
Pretty cool.
We have a local brew, of course, and the fish sandwiches. And the mosquitoes, well, they had us for dinner. And yes, it is kind of dead. Didn't realize how low the low season really was.
Okay, let's go.
Once again, risking our lives here crossing US 1 and then walking in total darkness to the KOA. The campground bar is pretty depressing too. Low season. And there's something you don't see every day. A Class A rig dropping a boat on the water. Good morning. Let's fly the new drone. The next key to the east is Kajo, where the spooky military blimp is located. And here's our key, Sugarloaf. And it is early, so the pool is still empty. Can you spot Minitini? Here's looking west towards Key West, about 20 miles that way. we begin descending onto our site. This here, it is not much of a beach, but I guess you can snorkel or jump on the trampoline. This is probably the best site in the whole park right here. We decided to rent a kayak, do some exercise, we're going to go into this narrow canal. There's a handful of houses here on this canal, and check out that iguana. Uh-oh, we're gonna crash. Danger, falling and hanging debris. Well, yeah, it's an old bridge.
Key West. Key West. Key West. Key West. Key West.
Cayo Hueso,
Key West.
Cayo Hueso,
Key West.
Cayo Hueso,
Key West.
We spent some time frolicking at the pool, like we usually do, and it is not crowded at all.
Cayo Hueso, Cayo Hueso,
Key West.
Cayo Hueso,
I got this sticker at the convenience store, and as soon as I can remove it from the paper, I'll put it on the back of Minitini.
Cayo Hueso.
Well, there you have it. Now we have a Florida Keys sticker in the back of Minitini the trailer. A new addition to the collection.
We are getting kind of hungry, and as I mentioned at the beginning, every time we come to the lower keys, we pass by boondocks, and we feel like we should eat there sometime, so here we are now. It is kind of dead, but as I mentioned before, it is the low season. Service is kind of sluggish, but we've heard that the cheese balls are to die for. The pizza of the day is a Philly cheesesteak and the cheese balls.
By the camping people.
Okay, let's get out of here. The pizza, by the way, was outstanding, and the cheese balls too. Okay, let's go to this place nearby called Five Brothers to get a Cuban coffee.
Definitely the Cuban market.
Next, we go to our secret, secluded kayaking spot to fly the drone again. Okay, not so secret. We found out about it through the Florida Rambler website. Let me know if you can see Fat Albert in the sky. Okay, let me tell you how to get here. We are in Summerland Key, and this is the northern end of Niles Road. So if you can find Niles Road on the map, you can make it. I wanted to fly all the way to Howell Key, which seems to be a private island, but I didn't want to get too far, so I chickened out. I love the lower keys. They are not like the upper keys, which are just a chain of elongated islands in a row. Here they are all over the place, and it is a beautiful sight. And here we are. There's even a place where you can drop a kayak or a small boat. There's this guy playing with his dog, and someone showed up towing something with her bicycle. When we return, we will continue towards Key West for the Sunset Cruise. Rad Power Bikes is an electric bike manufacturer offering direct-to-consumer pricing on powerful premium electric bikes. Because they sell directly to you, the consumer, you won't see the large retail markup that would be present if you were buying from a third party or a dealer, ensuring you're always getting a performance e-bike at a fraction of the cost. Visit www.radpowerbikes.com or call 1-800-939-0310 to learn more about their models or to place an order. Now offering free shipping on all 4 models. Okay, let's go to Key West for the Sunset Cruise. No company motor vehicles. Well, welcome to Key West. Oh, by the way, City of Key West or whoever is in charge, it seems like a really bad idea to put a pedestrian crossing sign in front of your welcome sign. Just saying. It is such a beautiful drive into Key West, and the weather couldn't be more perfect. We've been to Key West many times, so today we are not going to Southernmost Point or Hemingway's house or Mallory Square. Actually, I'll put links to all those videos, but today we are going to do the one thing we have never done before. We are going towards the marina to take a sunset cruise. We made a reservation for the Champagne Sunset Cruise, and there are two main companies that offer this type of cruise. One is called Fury and the other one is Seabago. We opted for the latter.
Well, one of these days we're gonna eat here. At the Bow Fish Wagon.
How bad was it here over 100 years ago? Because
As this tram was passing by, someone actually recognized me, and I turned off the camera at the worst possible time.
Hey, Robert!
Let's continue.
And no, that's not the real mile zero of US 1.
Please do not sit or lay on hammock. No butts, please. Okay. Checking here, man. There we go. This is our boat. We have to be back in 45 minutes. Cool, it's a beautiful afternoon here at the marina.
Let's walk around a little bit. We have some time to kill.
Yeah, Sunset Sail Key West. This is another one.
Yeah, there's actually a plethora of boats offering the sunset cruise. By the way, thanks to all these cute pink taxicabs, that's why there's no Uber or Lyft in Key West. There's live music everywhere. So you know, we're going to go for sundowners somewhere around here the next time we are in Key West. We continue walking along the marina. And we've been around here, around this area before.
Henry Booty Singleton.
Yeah, definitely, when we came for Lobster Fest. I'll put a link to that video. The Sponge Monster. Yep, only in Key West. It looks like there is a wild party happening at this place. We are walking back towards our boat, and it is incredibly hot and humid on this afternoon here in the middle of May. So much fun. These folks, they look like they work on one of the pirate ships. And we are back at the Marquesa, our ride for the 2-hour Champagne Sunset Cruise. We are really looking forward to it. Yep, these guys are everywhere. There's our sister ship leaving, and it is a shame that we have to be sitting down until we clear the port. But I guess they have their rules, you know, safety first. There's a line of ships going out.
Yeah! Halfway! Halfway! All right, we're gonna need everyone. We're gonna need everyone. 1, 2, 3. Easy. 1, 2, 3. Easy. 2, 3. Easy. One more. All right, make it well. Drop it.
Yep, it's a beautiful thing. That looks like Mallory Square over there. That beach is Sunset Key, which is a private residential island, except for the Westin cottages, which they rent. And there's once again Mallory Square, where the daily sunset celebration will probably begin pretty soon. You think they're gonna crash? Well, in any case, that was close. The sun is still pretty high in the sky, but hey, did I mention there is an open bar? Unlimited sangria and champagne and wine and beer and margaritas. Not a bad way to pass the time. And we turn around. As the sun sets behind the cloud, our sunset cruise is nearly over. Yes, the best colors are always after the sun actually sets.
tomorrow it's gonna rain, so.
Okay, so that was without a doubt the highlight of the trip. That boat, it was like 35, 38 bucks. And open bar, unlimited champagne, all you can drink, beer, champagne, wine, and sangria and margaritas. It was incredible. Yeah, fully recommended. The Seabago Sunset Cruise.
Well, we have 45 minutes left on the meter, so let's go to Pepe's, established 1909.
They have a bar. That's Hemingway's back.
No, it's
Established 1909.
The mojito is actually quite good. It rivals that of the other Pepe by Mallory Square.
Let's get back to Kia.
You know what? Since it is kind of on the way, let's cruise along Duval Street. See what's going on. Part of it is closed because the Songwriters Festival has been happening this week. Let's navigate the obstacle course that is Duval Street on a Saturday night. Yeah, truly an obstacle course. We turn left here on Truman Avenue, which also happens to be US 1.
Continue on US 1 North for 16 miles.
Okay, here we go. Here goes nothing. Traveling Robert on the road again.
Coming up, Bahia Honda State Park. Someday, my friends, someday, soon, we'll be able to camp right there. And there's the 7 Mile Bridge on this somewhat grayish day. Since we are in Marathon and we're pretty hungry, let's try to make a quick stop at Key's Fisheries for a lobster Reuben, but the sign clearly says no trailers, so I guess they don't really want our business. They're lost. A viewer to the channel and a Facebook friend, Thomas, actually recognized us on the road and followed us right here with his motorcycle. At the beginning, I didn't really put a name to the face immediately, but then I realized who he was.
Evelyn Robert, how
Yes,
you doing?
how are you?
Good.
Yeah,
I'm down to Bahia, Honda.
yeah.
Yeah, I was just doing my laundry. I saw you go by.
Alright, cool. Yeah, why-
He's been camping in the Keys and all over South Florida. Pretty cool. By the way, we are still hungry, so we stop here by the side of the road. We are by Duck Key. Turn on the fantastic fan and cook some Spanish-style fried garbanzo beans. Actually, whatever we had in the fridge style garbanzo beans. But quite delicious, huh? I just love being able to stop on the side of the road and cook lunch or dinner or take a nap or whatever.
So I saw that sign and you know I had to stop, right? If I want to make it all the way to Miami.
Oh yeah. Salud.
Yep, we are in Islamorada, or Islamorada, as I used to call it. The Well Harbor, you know, the seafood buffet, very famous, and the tiki bar. And the Theater of the Seas, Tavernier, Key Largo, and the heavy traffic going back to Miami. All good things come to an end. But before you go, if you liked it, do me a solid and give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, remember to subscribe if you haven't and check out my other videos. You can also visit the blog at travelingrobert.com, join the mailing list, and follow me on social media at travelingrobert. As always, thank you so much for watching and see you on the road. Riding with my RV.